behind us, the bridge called Auckland Bridge, right?
Bay Bridge.
Bay Bridge. So
it's named after you. Just remember that.
Right, okay, it's Bay Bridge. Another bay name in our series. Next to me, Michael. Michael, hello again.
Hi.
We met Michael in Singapore at GFDI event. GFDI is the accelerator in Singapore. So Michael is a founder of Game Salad startup.
Yes.
And then it was, so what was the exit?
So Game Salad is a tool that people can download to make video games for iPhone and Android. We got funding from various investors, raised close to 20 million, and we reach over 100 developers, hitting we've over 100 million players on mobile. I help run the company, first as engineering founder, then as CEO, and then running product. I left after 6 years to start other companies and to also start to mentor. So I mentor at Techstars. I've been
you were mentoring Malaysian accelerator, right?
Yeah,
Magic.
most recently Magic's accelerator program, which is Southeast Asia's largest accelerator program. 50 companies, almost 200 entrepreneurs.
Okay, now we're here.
So San Francisco was originally known for a gold rush. Back in the 1800s. It's a area where people not only made their riches from gold, but also other new business models, such as selling tools and providing real estate. So before there was Airbnb, there was hotel companies like Hilton and Marriott. And then you had the tools companies like Levi being able to sell jeans to everybody. Today it's known for a different type of gold rush, one based on information. And so you have the big companies represented here. We probably pointed them out here. You have like Apple, Google, Salesforce. So there's probably $5 billion represented along this strip of land right here. This is just a small, not even 1% of the Bay Area. The Bay Area and Silicon Valley got started after World War II, when engineers would figure out something to do with their skills, and they created companies like HP, which created the first engineering base for people to start companies like Apple Computer and Steve Wozniak. The venture capital scene got very popular. There's a school named Stanford where students would come out and graduate, and they would create companies like Silicon Graphics and Sun Microsystems. Business folks from the East Coast learned that a lot of interesting startups were being built here, and so they moved out here to Sand Hill Road to fund those startups. And so that's where the first style of venture funding came from. And it was a way to accelerate these companies really quickly. Most recently, in the last 5 years, most of the billion-dollar companies, they're calling them unicorns, after rare mythical creatures. So you're defined as a unicorn if you raise over $1 billion in market cap. And most of those companies have actually been founded here in the city.
San Francisco.
Yeah, so Uber, Twitter, who else is here? Blue Bottle. All of these companies are represented in the metro area, and a lot of it's because of Collision. So you have people that can actually walk around and meet other folks and collaborate on projects just for fun. and then maybe if they like each other at these hackathons, they'll go and start companies and go to the work spaces and the co-working spaces and the coffee shops to start their companies, and eventually because of the huge availability of funding, you have about 10 times the amount of funding that you would see in Southeast Asia, and so it's very easy to raise, especially if you have the right connections.
Easy to raise.
Relatively.
So what do you have to do in order to find your investors? In San Francisco?
It's really through personal connections. So you try to find the most influential person in your network to introduce you to someone that respects them, and you just follow that process till you befriend a lot of the stalwarts here. But that's usually the way to be funded, is that you have to have personal relationships, especially if you are looking to exit. These don't come out of the blue. You have to be friends with the people that you're going to exit to. This is a city of self-initiative. So, it took me maybe 10 years to try to do my first startup since, I even thought about it. And I think that's way too long. Like, usually you need to be able to live outside of your comfort zone. You have to have the grit to keep trying and keep going, and to try things that you haven't done before, because there is really there's no one else that's going to push you except for yourself. Number two is this is kind of a something that's not really talked about, but you will fail statistically, and so how you handle that is probably the most important, right? Like, every relationship that you have, this is a system, and so you keep on going. You'll meet the same people over and over and over again. And so the most important thing is your network, and be able to maintain those relationships. And everyone understands that, the ability to make a unicorn is a long shot, but they will respect you if you treat everybody well and take care of everybody.